Ever wondered why certain dates are etched into our collective memory? Why do they hold such importance? From the dawn of civilization to the modern era, dates have acted as waypoints in our collective journey, marking monumental events that shape the narrative of human history. Consider July 4th, 1776, when 13 British colonies in North America adopted the Declaration of Independence. This event marked the birth of a new nation, the United States, and shaped the course of world politics for centuries to come. Or take November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall, a symbol of division and Cold War tensions, fell. This date marked the beginning of the end for communist control in Eastern Europe and set the stage for a new world order. These dates aren't just numbers on a calendar, they are milestones, marking pivotal moments in our shared history. Dates, it appears, are more than just numbers on a calendar. They are markers of our human story. Picture this. The year is 1492, a date that has reverberated throughout history. This pivotal year in the 15th century witnessed events that had far-reaching implications for the world and marked the dawn of the modern era. In the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, an Italian explorer named Christopher Columbus, funded by the Spanish monarchs, embarked on a daring voyage. His goal was to find a westward route to Asia, but destiny had a different plan. Columbus ended up discovering a whole new world, the Americas. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history, the Age of Exploration, which led to the widespread exchange of animals, plants, culture, and human populations, including slaves, between the Old and New World. Back in Spain, another significant event was unfolding. The Reconquista, a 700-year-long battle between Christian and Muslim kingdoms, was coming to an end. The last Muslim kingdom of Granada fell to the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella. This victory completed the Christian reconquest of the Iberian Peninsula, shifting the power dynamics of Europe and paving the way for Spain to become a dominant world power. However, 1492 was also a year of loss and upheaval. The Alhambra Decree, issued by Ferdinand and Isabella, led to the expulsion of Jews from Spain. This forced exodus resulted in a significant diaspora, with Sephardic Jews seeking refuge in the Ottoman Empire, North Africa, and other parts of Europe. This displacement had profound implications on the social, cultural, and economic fabric of these regions. In summary, 1492 was a turning point in history. It was a year of discovery, with Columbus's voyage to the Americas. It was a year of victory with the end of the Reconquista, but it was also a year of upheaval with the expulsion of Jews from Spain. These events marked a significant shift in world power dynamics and heralded the start of the modern era. 1492, a year of discovery, upheaval, and transformation, a pivotal point that marked the dawn of the modern world. Fast forward to the year 1776, another date that rings a bell. This year marks an event of profound significance, the American Revolution and the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This was not just another political change, it was the birth of a new nation, the United States of America, and a defining moment for democracy worldwide. In the mid-18th century, the 13 American colonies were growing restless under British rule. They were dissatisfied with the taxation without representation, among other issues. This discontentment brewed into a revolution, a fight for independence that was more than just a battle against a foreign power. It was a struggle for the right to self-determination, for the freedom to govern themselves. On July 4th, 1776, representatives from the 13 colonies came together to sign a document that would change the course of history, the Declaration of Independence. This document was not just a statement of separation from the British Crown, it was a bold assertion of the people's rights. It declared that all men are created equal with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This was a revolutionary concept at the time, setting the stage for democratic revolutions around the world. The American Revolution and the signing of the Declaration of Independence marked the birth of the United States. This new nation, founded on the principles of freedom, equality, and democracy, would grow to become a major player on the world stage. Its influence would be seen in various aspects, from politics and economy to culture and technology. Today, the United States is recognized as a powerhouse, a testament to the power of its founding principles. The echoes of 1776 can still be heard in the values and systems that shape the world today, reinforcing the significance of this historical milestone. 1776, the birth of a nation that would become a major player on the world stage. Now we step into the tumultuous period of 1914 to 1918, a time of great unrest. The world stage was set for a colossal clash. A single event, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria in June 1914, lit the fuse of the powder keg that was Europe. This seemingly isolated incident, a spark in the tinderbox of political tensions, set off a chain reaction that plunged the world into the Great War, later to be known as World War I. The war was a cataclysmic event, a global conflict that saw the mobilization of more than 70 million military personnel, making it one of the largest wars in history. It was a war of trenches and tanks, of poison gas and machine guns, a war that introduced the world to the grim reality of modern warfare. World War I was not just a war of nations, it was a war of empires. The British, German, Russian, Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires were all drawn into the conflict, their vast resources and populations adding fuel to the fire. The cost was staggering, with an estimated 9 million combatants and 7 million civilians losing their lives. The war ended in November 1918 with the signing of the Armistice of Compiègne. But peace did not come without a price. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, imposed heavy penalties on Germany, sowing the seeds of resentment that would lead to another global conflict just 2 decades later. The period from 1914 to 1918 was a time of colossal upheaval, reshaping the political, social and economic landscape of the world. Empires crumbled, new nations were born, and the map of the world was redrawn. This was a time when old orders were overturned, when the certainties of the past were swept away by the tides of change. These years marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new uncertain world. Our journey brings us to 1945, a year that changed the world in a flash. The Second World War was nearing its end, but a new era was dawning on the horizon, an era of unprecedented power and potential danger, the atomic age. In August of that year, the world witnessed the devastating power of nuclear technology for the first time. The cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan were turned into ashes as the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs. These bombings, codenamed Little Boy and Fat Man, marked the end of World War II, but they also signified the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The atomic age was not just about the destructive power of nuclear weapons. It also marked the start of nuclear energy, a source of power that could light up cities, or if misused, could obliterate them. It was a double-edged sword, a testament to human ingenuity and a stark reminder of the potential for catastrophe. But 1945 was not only about the birth of the atomic age. In the shadow of World War II's devastation, leaders from around the globe came together with a shared vision for peace and cooperation. They founded the United Nations, a global organization aimed at preventing future conflicts and promoting international cooperation. The United Nations was more than a peacekeeping organization. It was a symbol of hope. It represented the belief that nations could work together to solve global issues and that diplomacy could prevail over war. The events of 1945 transformed the world in profound ways. They demonstrated the immense power at humanity's disposal and the grave responsibilities that came with it. This was the year that the world learned of the awesome power of the atom, and the year that nations came together to pledge to use that power responsibly. 1945, a year of endings and beginnings, a reminder of our power and our responsibility. Finally, we arrive at 1990, a date that may not seem so distant. In this year, a quiet revolution was taking place, one that would change the world as we know it. In a lab in Switzerland, a man named Tim Berners-Lee was working on a project that would become the World Wide Web. The web was not the first form of digital communication, but it was the one that made the digital revolution explode. It was like a spark that ignited a wildfire, spreading rapidly and changing everything in its path. Suddenly, information could be accessed from anywhere in the world, as long as you had an internet connection. This invention transformed the way we work, learn, socialize, and even the way we think. It brought us closer together, while also creating new challenges and opportunities. And so, the digital revolution began. 1990, the year when the world became connected in a way it had never been before.